Hey guys, so welcome back to Real Talk. Today we're going to be talking about zero inbox. I don't know about you, but my emails are were out of control. This is my first year as the hashtag rookie admin, and I realized real quick that when you are at the central office, everyone is out in the field and they need your attention right away, so they email you. And when you serve many educators and thousands of kids, you realize real fast that your inbox can fill up. I honestly had not felt that influx of email at that rapid of a pace until beginning this role. I noticed right away that I was going to have to change some things. So I wanted to learn from the best, right? So I started researching, how do these productive, successful CEOs of businesses handle the influx of email? I mean, granted, they probably have an admin assistant, but I really wanted to learn their tips. And so I read tons of articles. I Googled it. I checked it out on my Flipboard. One of the common denominators that I noticed in these articles was many of them had the zero inbox. And I was like, how in the world? My inbox was sitting at like 1,000. And that was just since I started the job 4 weeks prior. So I was like, what is one thing I can take away from all these articles and try it? And many of them had said, organizing into folders, but not too many folders. Many of them were mentioning like 5 or 10 folders. So that's where I started. And this, I'm just going to describe to you what I do. I kind of got these ideas from the articles and I kind of just played with it for about a week until I made it to a system that I could actually do. So the first thing is the worst part, cleaning it out. And I do suggest that you make the folders first. So you want to make 10 folders. And if you can do less, that's fantastic. I honestly cannot. So these are the main chapters of your work. So for me, I'm over all district curriculum content for elementary. So I couldn't very well put science, social studies, ELA. I couldn't put all of those subjects as my folders or they would use up all 10 of them. So I have district curriculum and then I have subfolders underneath that. The subfolders are the subjects. So you can have subfolders. What I would warn you, you don't want to create the same chaos in folders. Basically, and only put things in your folders if you need to refer back to it. That's it. 2 folders all people will need. The follow-up folder. You need a follow-up folder because at the end of the day, you're going to need that. I'll tell you a little more about it in a minute. And the other folder I think everyone should have is the feel-good folder. And I know this sounds really crazy, but a feel-good folder is for those emails and that feedback that you get from colleagues every once in a while that just makes you feel good. And the reason I say file it in a folder, because there's going to be hard days when you just open your feel good folder and you just read it and you remember that, there are some people that notice the really great things that you're doing. So definitely a follow-up folder, definitely a feel good folder, and then fill out the rest as needed. So you have 8 other folders that you can create the chapters of your work. So then it's mowing them down. Read it and then delete it unless you want to refer back to it and find a place for it in the folders. I do highly recommend, rather than having all of these blogs in your email, subscribe to Flipboard and file it there. I love to have my Flipboard house all the cool blogs that I want to refer back to, and you can organize those in folders as well. So get it out of your email though. It doesn't need to sit there. Anything that can be taken care of, take care of it right away. Email them back and then delete it. Don't wait for the response to delete it. If you've taken care of it, your part is done, email them back and then delete it. If it's something you need to follow up on, you're waiting on somebody else's response to make sure that it's a go, put it in the follow-up. But I typically don't put anything in follow-up until the very end of the day. I'll leave it sitting in my inbox. At the very end of the day, I'll shove it to follow-up if I haven't gotten anything back on it. When you're cleaning out, is unsubscribe to stuff. Like I said, put it on your Flipboard, or you can go to Feedly. Feedly is a great place to house all of your blogs and your subscriptions. You can get all the latest things there, and you can read it at a time that's comfortable for you, and it doesn't flood your inbox. So Feedly for blogs and organization, Flipboard for a way to store your blogs that you want to read again, and then just get it out of your email. That's huge. So after you have your folders, you've cleaned everything out, you got it down to 0. When you walk into work each day, this is the best system that I've found that works. You have 3 tabs that open up. You want your email to open up, your calendar, your Google Calendar right behind that, and right behind that, Google Keep. You want your Google Keep extension to open up behind that. So when I open my computer, those are the 3 tabs that I have automatically pop open. The first thing I do is look at my follow-up. My follow-up folder becomes the beginning of my to-do list for that day. That's why you don't want to put more than 5 to 10 things in there. So I check my follow-up. Did anybody respond to those emails that I needed? If not, those are the first things I send out that morning. Then I start mowing down my inbox, because trust me, while I'm sleeping, the emails are coming in. So I start mowing down my inbox one at a time. And if it's something that needs to be scheduled, I go over to my calendar, check it out, make sure it's available, add it to my calendar, and in parentheses, write temporary, respond back to the person, send them a calendar invite, and delete the email. Then the next thing I do, if it's something that needs to be done, it's just a task that I need to do, I immediately go to Google Keep, add it to my Google Keep to-do list, and delete the email. And so that's kind of the process I begin until I get those emails down to nothing or just things that need to be followed up. Then I move straight over to my Google Keep and I start whittling down those tasks that I've now created for myself. As the other emails come in, when they respond back, I just keep the responses pretty brief. If it's a calendar invite that they accepted, I take off the temporary piece and it's in. And I just keep doing that until the very end of the day. At the very end of the day, anything that's not done, I give it one more look. Is it something I can do and take care of before I leave? And if it isn't, then I put it in follow-up. But if it is and I took care of it and I need to refer back to that email, I put it in the folder of the topic that it belongs in. And each day, my goal is to end with 0 inbox. And you can do it. The follow-up email folder helps make it possible, but you can do it. But like I said, don't get to a point where you just put things in folders, because that becomes just as chaotic as the inbox. So be very strategic about it. And honestly, I think the apps that I mentioned are key to helping you stay organized. You need Google Calendar, Google Keep can go on your phone. It can also go on as an extension. My admin assistant can have access to my to-do list, so the things that she can take care of and I can take care of when I'm at meetings, we can cross them off and see who took care of it. It's fantastic. And then Flipboard for your blogs to organize them when you want to refer back to them. Feedly for things that you subscribe to and you want to read. Get them out of your email and move them to Feedly. So if you try this, I would love to hear your success stories. And if you need more information, the blog above should walk you through the steps. So I want to see some pictures of some 0 inboxes. Let's do this. Hashtag the rookie admin. Join me in being organized and productive. So thank you for joining Real Talk with Tara Martin. I'll see you next time.